In this video today, I want to introduce you to one of the members of the Academy team. Now, you've seen a lot of our tutors who you hear from, but there's also people behind the scenes who you don't necessarily get to meet. And Martha, who's here with me today, is not only someone that works with the Academy, but she's also a student as well. So she's been on the journey that a lot of you are either on already or are thinking about going on. So I thought it would be fun to talk to Martha today to find out a little bit more about what motivated her to take a course, what made her decide to change career paths completely and leave a very successful career in fashion and come into the wedding and event industry. So Martha, smile, relax, it's all good. I promise I'm not going to eat you. You've taken a big leap of faith, haven't you?
Yes.
In more ways than one.
Yes.
You became a student how long ago?
About a year ago.
Yep.
Yeah, just over a year ago.
And you enrolled on the diploma in wedding planning, styling and design.
Yes, that course really stood out for me because I liked the design and styling element more than the planning. That was what I was looking for in my course.
Yeah, so that appealed to you more than anything else,
Yes.
which of course has a bit of a connection with what you already do.
Yes.
So just give us a little bit of history about your background and the industry that you've been in.
At university, I studied design. I've always been very creative, but also academic. I won a science scholarship, so I've always kind of loved an element of both.
Yeah.
And that's run through in my career. I went down the creative path, but I went down the path where I wasn't just designing, I was project managing. So there was an element of strategy, there was an element of creativity, and I started my fashion career about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And have really enjoyed that part of my life. Everyone thinks it's amazing to be part of the fashion
Of course.
industry, which isn't always the case. But yeah, it was a really interesting journey and worked with both elements of my personality.
Yeah, which is quite an exciting thing to do. And from your perspective, you've travelled a lot as well with fashion, haven't you? I mean, we talked about it recently. You've been to New York, was it twice in the space of a year?
Yeah, I went to New York twice last year. I've been to less glamorous places, shall we say, like Bangladesh, been to Turkey, Portugal, China. Mainland China was an interesting one.
Yeah, I bet.
Hong Kong. So yeah, it's a lot of similar things that kind of relate to the industry that we're now talking about. There's travel, there's different locations, there's venues, different events. Obviously, you attended quite a lot of fashion events.
Yeah.
And things like that.
And there's a lot of transferable skills, aren't there? Because obviously
Absolutely.
between fashion and design and even the project management side of it is closely related to planning. So what was it that made you decide to have a career change? I mean, it's, you know, you've got a very successful career. So, you know, it's not something that's still waiting to build. You are very much up the ladder within the fashion industry. So it's a big move.
Yes, it is. I think fundamentally it was driving something for myself. In fashion, it's very hard to set up on your own. And I also think that millennial generation, the idea that you can work for yourself, make a success of yourself, have your own business, be in control of your work-life balance and your lifestyle is one that's made readily available. We all believe that that's what we can do. And I think when I first started in fashion, I felt like employment was the way. And I think after being employed for a long time and, you know, often underappreciated.
Yeah.
When you're a small cog in a massive machine, it's very hard to influence anything and feel that you're part of something bigger.
Yeah.
Whereas I think working for myself and being able to be proud that it's my achievement and have that flexibility was really important.
Well, it's also quite a brave thing to do as well.
Yes.
You know, changing careers is never easy for anyone. And I'm sure you must have had those moments when you're thinking, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? So how did you overcome those sort of fears?
I think confidence isn't something I lack, and I think I just had a quiet word with myself. And, you know, my parents changed career midlife, so that was an inspiration for me. But I think when I started the course, I suddenly saw how many people were living their dream.
Yeah.
And I think seeing the bigger picture gives you that push. And seeing what some of our graduates achieve, seeing what you've achieved with the Academy, and what the tutors do in their own businesses. I think it just gave me that final bit of confidence I needed to be like,
push.
You should do something you really love and you need to make those changes. So
and that's
I
key.
Emailed you and
you did, and that was the thing. You were given an opportunity, or an opportunity arose. It was, I realised I needed some help.
Yes.
And decided to advertise to our student base that I was looking for an intern. And of course, you were one of the people that applied for that internship and ultimately were the person that was successful. What made you apply for that? Because obviously it's something that you're going to do alongside your own business as well.
Yes.
But it was, again, it meant that you were taking a gamble, you were taking a risk, you went from being full-time at your current job to taking it down to 2 days a week to work with the academy.
Yeah, I mean, in a way I applied and I just thought, you might be making a crazy decision here, but to see
I hope you don't still think that.
No, it's the best decision I made this year. But I think ultimately I wasn't satisfied in what I was doing.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to run a business, if you want to work for yourself, risk is going to be a regular occurrence. So start taking the risks now, and because they're going to keep on coming.
They don't stop.
And also, you know, it's an opportunity and you've got to see opportunities wherever you can find them. You can't expect things to come to you. You have to go out and get them. And I saw it and I thought, I'm going to do this.
And of course it's worked out well because you're coming on full-time in July, which is even better. But you know, it is something that, as you quite rightly said, in business you have to take a risk, you have to take a gamble, and it's about taking the right risks. And sometimes you will make mistakes. I've certainly made plenty of mistakes, and it is about how you learn from those, how you progress, how you move forward. And I think sometimes you can't actually learn from other people's mistakes. Sometimes you need to make those mistakes for yourself.
Absolutely.
So,
it wasn't going to be the end of the world if it didn't work out with that job just because it wasn't right for me, or, you know, the timing wasn't right, because I have skills and they're transferable, and I still had my course. It's still really what I want to do. So why not take the risk? You know, a lot of us are still coming from other professional industries and working full time while we're doing this course. So you always have that, and you always have that as a safety net if you're tight on money or you need to carry on working. And I think the tutors say this a lot. You make the jump when you're ready to, when you've got enough financial stability.
It's different for everybody as well. Everyone's in different scenarios, everyone's in different financial situations. So it does have to be something that's done on an individual basis.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Martha, thank you for taking the time.
Pleasure.
I know you didn't want to come on camera and you've done incredibly well.
It's been great.
In the hot seat is not as bad as it seems.
No,
is it?
Absolutely not. I'm happy to be part of it.
Martha has been a huge success story as part of the Academy. As she quite rightly said, sometimes you really do have to take a risk, and in business there's lots of risks that you're going to have to take. But ultimately, it's about enjoying your career, doing something that you're passionate about, doing something that you really want to do for you, because you work and you spend a long time working, and you need to make sure that what you're doing is enjoyable. If you're going to be stressed, at least be stressed for your own business rather than somebody else's. So another success story from the Academy. Don't forget, if you want to see more student interviews, we have lots of them available to view on our YouTube channel, Wedding Planning Academy.